Thank you. You're welcome. So quickly, I'll go into what we have for today, the agenda. This is just what we're going to be doing today. We're not taking much of a time. We're going to be introducing the speakers, starting from my able CEO here, the co-founder, Ikuba Technologies, is also a partner at SSAC Advisory and Professional. That is Sam A. Afamike. Thank you very much for being here, Sam.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine. Thank you.
Okay. I think you might be having little network troubles, but yeah, we're excited that you are here, and thank you for pushing this, and thank you for your tenacity, and yeah. So I'm going to be introducing Mr. George Onekhena. He's a very wonderful man. He has been with us since we started pushing this. You know, he's my very good friend, my very good. So Mr. George is the Chief Executive Officer, Crown Heights Consulting Services. He's also he has also won the ICANN examination prizes, and also Deputy Commissioner for Insurance. You know, so George is quite a very great man of in-depth knowledge in this profession, and you know, looking at the background and you know where it's coming from, you see that he has quite made such a huge impact in the accounting profession. So it's an honor for me to introduce him into this webinar. So Mr. George, I highly greet you. I welcome you to this webinar.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Mr. George. We're going to be introducing Mrs. Ngozi Monica Okonkwo. Not sure she has joined yet. Yes, she's joined us yet. Ms. Monica is the managing partner, Ngozi Monica Okonkwo and Co. She's also an ICANN certified forensic accountant. You know, she has ACCA in international financial reporting. Madam Ngozi is quite an asset to this country, and you know she has immensely into this accounting profession. And it's also an honor for me to come and you know, introduce her to this webinar. Is a financial consulting and a tech company. Ikuba Technology built a custom-made software. You know, we have a brand product which is Bmac as something Bmac Web, Bmac IMS Desktop. We have the POS app, which is the mobile POS for markets. Just something mobile for you to, you know, get all your transactions and, you know, track all your transfers on the go. We have our mobile application, which is the Bmac Assistant, where you can see your daily transactions. You know, you can have an overview of your business from anywhere in the world. We have our invoicing application where you can send invoicing like 30 seconds, you know, and you know get paid fast. So Ikuba Technology is actually a tech company that is involved in quite a number of things, and our main sponsor, you know, they are responsible for this BMAC Partner Program, and you know. So when we are talking about you know, sorry, just a minute. You know, data transformation and the accounting profession. You know, as a whole, you know, the technology is taking over the world, and you know, it is important for different occupations and career paths to have technology. And today we'll be discussing how technology and accounting can, work together. And that we brought a very important person in the accounting sector in West Africa and even the world, Mr. George, for him to take us through this. And that is why we're here today. So I want us to keep our mics, our videos off for us to have a wonderful session today. Just as you're coming in, I want you to put in the chat box where you are chatting us from, where you're coming from. This is just for us to interact with you better, and that's basically what we're going to be doing now. So in a few seconds, I'll be playing a video. Which is the Bmac introduction video.
Nigeria has over 40 million micro, small, and medium-sized businesses. Unfortunately, only a handful of these businesses ever grow to meet their full potential. One of the major reasons why this is the case is because SMEs hardly keep financial records. They have no idea how well or not they're doing. Are you a startup or an established business? Well, allow me to introduce you to Bmac Apps and Services. Hi, my name is Sam Afemeke Jr. and I am the co-founder of Ikuba Technologies. At Ikuba, we have created a number of solutions specifically for business owners or managers that will help you keep better records of your financial transactions. First and foremost, we created the Bmac Accounting. The Bmac Accounting is a cloud-based accounting software that is easy to use. You can record your daily transactions using its notebook or post directly into the system. You can also collaborate with your accountants who can then go on to post these records into your various accounts. From there, you can generate your statement of comprehensive income, also known as a profit and loss account, showing profits or losses in a financial trading period. You can also generate your statement of financial position, also known as your balance sheet. You can also have a look at your debtors and creditors using the debtor and creditor listing, respectively. Bmac Accounting is great for startups, business owners, and managers who want to see where their business is at a certain point in time. I like to call it a kind of navigational system. There is also a dashboard where you can see how your business is faring at any point in time. We also created the Bmac Inventory Management Software, or the IMS, a cloud-based inventory management solution for merchants and vendors. The IMS allows you to track your inventory by capturing what you buy, the amounts you buy, the prices you bought them at, and what prices you sold them at, thereby giving you the ability to calculate your profits on a particular day or for a particular product category. The Bmac IMS also allows you to estimate or calculate how much waste may have occurred by virtue of expiry dates coming to pass. Bmac IMS Desktop. We also have the Bmac IMS Desktop, or the IMS Desktop as we like to call it. The desktop is just like the IMS Web, just that it is made for vendors and merchants who do not have internet coverage, as is the case in a lot of our indigenous markets here in Nigeria. The IMS Web and Desktop work hand in hand. When you enter records in the IMS Desktop, you can synchronize that information with your IMS Web. It's great for businesses as it helps them to keep better records and keep track of their inventory, whether they have internet connectivity or not. Then there is the Bmac Assistant, our mobile app. Now, I love this app because it helps bring benefits of the BMAC accounting and IMS all into one place. How? Very simple. We've basically taken the key information from both systems and we've replicated it all in one application. Now, this is great for entrepreneurs who are always on the go. You basically get your employees, your managers, or your shop assistants to use the BMAC accounting or the BMAC IMS, and all that information synchronizes into the mobile app. With the assistant, you can view all your key business information on the go. We also built the Bmac Invoicing App. This is great for Instagram retailers, shop owners, and even freelancers. The Bmac Invoicing App comes in various currencies, so you can bill clients around the world. You can also receive payments via payments accounts and wallets. Another great feature is that Bmac Invoicing helps you keep track of who owes you money and who has paid in full or in part. Bmac apps and services are designed specifically for startups, small and medium-sized businesses. Whatever type of business you operate in whichever industry, record keeping and financial records are very important. You can get started with Bmac today by calling our numbers on the screen right now. You can also follow us on social media. Our handles are at Bmac HQ, that's at BMAC HQ on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. So I skipped something in the beginning. So, Mr. George, sorry about that. So you were supposed to give us an introduction to this webinar series. So I'll let you have the floor, Mr. George. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. It is really my pleasure to be here. I think this is a significant event for me because for the past 20 months, I've been running a series of webinars targeted at trying to assist small and medium practices and accountants in business with areas where they need to fill in knowledge gaps in building their careers. As I get towards the end of my intervention, I was looking for partners that could assist in hosting, because I must confess I was really getting weary with hosting those webinars. I've done so many webinars in the past 20 months, and I decided to talk to Bmac. This webinar is going to be part of a series which we are going to do in the next couple of 2-3 weeks, which is meant to equip chartered accountants in business and chartered accountants in professional practice in what they need to do in the light of the changes we have currently taking place and also emerging in the world. So today we are starting with digital transformation. We are going to have sessions where I'm going to acquaint participants with knowledge in the following areas that they will need to provide services to businesses in Nigeria and internationally. I say internationally because I do know that the world is now open. The world is open for business. And if you have the right type of skills and you prepare yourself, you'll be ready for the world. I also understand that as far as Nigeria is concerned, in spite of all the challenges we're having now, SMEs are going to be the key to the growth of our economy. And as digital transformation begin to have impact on the work we do as accountants, we are going to find out that SMEs are going to be a major source of employment for accountants. They are going to be a major source of jobs for chartered accountants in practice. I'm going to expand on this later, but I just need to say here that we are going to look at strategic management in this series. We're going to look at risk management. We're going to look at internal controls. Internal controls are particularly very important now because SEC has issued a guide on internal controls, and I think accountants really need to know what is involved there. We're going to have subsession on leveraging on technology for your own use, your own business use as a manager. Of course, I will also look at you planning your business as a practice. I'm planning your career as a chartered accountant. So this is what we're going to have in this series, and I promise you it's going to be very, very interesting. For me, it is very significant because I think I now have a host, so I can do whatever I want to do with this hosting facility and talk as much as I want to talk. So I want to welcome you. You will share this information with your friends and colleagues. My focus is on individuals. Somebody has asked me, why am I not talking to corporate organizations? In the past 20 months, I have not spoken to any corporate organization because my focus is on the individual. I believe that the knowledge and experience I acquired in Nigeria is meant to help those who will not have the opportunity to go as far as I went in my career. Not only as a director of finance of a leading insurance company, but also as a deputy commissioner of a major regulatory agency in Nigeria, National Insurance Commission, and also the chairman of the Technical Oversight Committee of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria. I believe I went on this assignment on a divine trip, and the essence of that divine trip is to learn and come and share with others. So that is my project and my involvement in this project. This BMAC is very, very interesting for me because it's an indigenous effort which is meant to provide opportunities for organizations, practicing accountants and accountants who are going to be leaving their jobs to earn income, and to be able to earn a significant amount of income for introducing users. The rates are just so fantastic. And Stephen, I didn't discuss it with you, but I'm looking forward that I hope I can participate in this scheme personally. I'm not joking. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all.
Yeah, we are most welcome, sir.
I have a network too. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my introduction. Steve, over to you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. That was quite apt. You know, you're most welcome. You know, you're most welcome. Program. And, yeah, it's quite interesting. So before we go into the presentation, I'd like to launch the first poll. This is just going to go for about 3 minutes. So please, I indulge you to please pick these answers, and this is for us to just a survey for us to get your feedback on this particular issue. Thank you very much. So I'll be launching the poll now. How would you rate the Nigerian accountants' readiness for the wave of digital transformation in the world today? So you just pick an answer. Are we not ready? Barely ready? Halfway there? Almost there? Almost ready? Or fully ready? So we have one answer. Please let's answer this poll. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Before we give the floor to Mr. George, I'm going to hand over to my colleague to give a brief introduction and a bio to Mr. George. So, Damilola, is there?
Yes, I am. Okay. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. So I'm going to be reading the bio of our guest speaker. George Onekhena is a multidisciplinary professional with experience in regulation, corporate governance, financial reporting, and strategic management. He has bachelor's and master's degree in business administration from universities of Benin and Lagos, respectively. Higher diploma, Institute of Data Process Management, UK, and is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Currently Chief Executive, Crown Heights Consulting Services, Mooresville, NC, USA. He was till January 2019 Deputy Commissioner, Finance and Administration, National Insurance Commission, Nigeria. Earlier in his career, he served in several executive and non-executive roles, including Managing Partner, George Andrews and Partners, Finance Director, the Lion of Africa Insurance Company Limited, Non-Executive Director and Chairman, Technical Oversight Committee, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, Non-Executive Director, Corporate Finance Faculty, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, a distinguished alumnus of the University of Benin, Benin City, Nigeria, and ICANN Examination Prizes winner as Deputy Commissioner for Insurance. George facilitated Nigerian insurance industry transition to international financial reporting standards and the historic commencement of the no premium, no cover practice that significantly improved the liquidity of insurance companies in Nigeria. He currently coordinates value-adding communities of practice on strategic management and financial reporting, and has a number of Nigerian accountants on his private professional mentorship scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. George Onekhena.
Thank you very much for that well laid out profile. I think we are here to share knowledge on what I consider the most significant development in the history of mankind, and that has to do with the use of digital technology in our lives. While I'm going to talk about the accountancy profession, I must quickly say that this subject of digital transformation applies not only to organizations, it also applies to communities and applies to individuals. Indeed, all of us need to do some kind of digital transformation in our lives, because our ecosystem has changed. If you're not digitally inclined, then you will be ready. You know, I know of somebody one day who came to my house and said he was going to buy tickets from Transcorp Hilton Hotel. And I told him that I could do it for him and he would pay me 1,000 naira. I was willing to pay 1,000 naira. Because this guy was a big guy, he didn't know he could book local travels by just going online and purchasing his ticket. That's an element of digital transformation for you there. The guy needs to do. So the first message I have for you is to say, we are going to look at digital transformation from the organizational perspective and the professional perspective. Let us spend some time and think of us. and we are carrying in our hands, we are having on our desk one of the most powerful tools in the history of mankind that they call computer. That's enabled, that comes with so many facilities. So now what I'm going to do is I will start. I welcome you to the dance of life. You know, in the dance of life, when music changes, it means that you have to change your steps. They cannot be playing James Brown, if you know James Brown, and you'll be dancing Owambe. So, or dancing Wizkid style. The music has changed. So we have entered the world of constant change. All professions are affected. So what we are saying now is going to affect all professions. But our focus is on accounting profession. Now, what am I going to look at? I'm going to clarify the terms, and I'm going to raise the issues in digital transformation. Then I will look at the implication for accountants, and I'll come up with actionable recommendation. Now, what's the key message in my presentation? That digital transformation is a type of disruption that impacts the accountancy profession. That's what it is, but there are other disruptions. All right. Now, what is digital transformation? There's really no big deal in this terminology. What it simply means is that it is a strategic change in an organization's business, driven in an organization's business model. Sorry, that should be business model, or still business. A strategic change in an organizational business driven by the availability, the deployment, and the impact of powerful digital technologies and stakeholders' expectation in its ecosystem. Is a strategic change but going to affect the existence of the organization, the profitability of the organization, and the efficiency at which it works, including its competitiveness. Now, where is it coming from? The change is being driven by digital technologies, tools, techniques, facilities available from technological development that have affected the way the world now operates. I talk about the world, that's the ecosystem. What's an ecosystem? For every entity, it has belongs to an ecosystem. The ecosystem has the requirements and facilities for it to survive and grow. So every business, every entity is just like you have the fish, or the fish you have in the ocean. That is their ecosystem. Take them out of it, they are dead. Change when the temperature of the water of the water in the ocean changes, they are dead. So you have your ecosystem. So entities exist in ecosystems, and what entities do to live and survive and prosper will depend on the ecosystem. So what you have in the ecosystem are those things that are forcing you, requiring you need to do something to succeed. And you see, two things are interacting in that ecosystem, two powerful, not just the technology, but this technology creates an expectation in your stakeholders. You know, if you call somebody, you say you want to buy, you want to pay in a store, the person said, the person will ask you whether you have POS. You say no, you collect cash. You have lost that business. So the stakeholders, the customer's expectation has been affected by technology. So the two principal things you need to know in digital transformation is digital transformation is now a key for survival of the business. So it's a strategic change driven by these technologies and coming from the ecosystem. Look at all the parties in the ecosystem, the customer, the suppliers, and your competitors are also here. The telcos, the technical companies, the regulators, the standard setters, the regulatory technology service providers, and that's it. CBN has now come up with what do you call it, INAIRA. But it's true, if you don't have an INAIRA wallet, you have challenges in making payment because nobody wants to collect cash from you. So that is the nature of digital transformation. It is essential, and you have all the components. So I'm sure you are familiar with all the technology, all the terms I've used. I'm not going to go through them. Cloud, big data analytics, social collaboration, digital service delivery, Internet of Things, robotics, and so on. I strongly recommend that as a professional or as somebody who is living in the Nigerian ecosystem, you must get used to all these technologies. You must know what they mean to you. If you don't understand them, then you are not prepared to survive in the ecosystem, because you just be like, you'll be looking like someone that came out of the village and came to Lagos, and he sees bridges, and you'll just be looking, say, what is all this? Now, so the forces of change are from the ecosystem. Now, the tools of change, they are here. You are familiar with them. You get used to them. Then the scope of change is what's affected. The interface is how does the business interact with its customers? How does it interact with its stakeholders? The processes within the business is going to be affected. The system of the entity is going to be affected. Then the kind of partnership or relationship they have will change. And of course, roles will change. It is this role change that is critical for the accountant inside the business, because the role of the accountant is going to change, if not already changed. And this is the single most important thing you have. Now, when you look at what I have said now, this BMAC product, it's part of the ecosystem, because they're part of the technical companies that have provided a software that's supposed to make the work of organizations easier. From our perspective, the work of accountants easier. I'll come back to that. Now, talking more about digital transformation, these are the issues. Now, why are these issues important? You need to know what the issues are, because I'm going to be talking interactively now, because as an accountant, these are the issues. These are what the accountant should know. Not that when they hold a meeting as an accountant, they are talking about digital transformation. You say you are going to the toilet, and you just be there and you will not come back. Now, these are some of the things you need to learn about digital transformation. There has to be a determination of the value. What is the value that the company is going to get from being digitally transferred? Then the readiness for change. What are the preparations? There has to be a clear vision and strategy. I will come to strategy shortly. There has to be a holistic governance. There has to be executive sponsorship. There has to be organizational alignment. Because it's a change taking place. Then resources and tools. These resources. One of the weaknesses you find in when people do strategy is that they don't determine the financial implications. Like when you see, they say they did ARGP. I'm sure you have heard the Minister of Finance saying that thing didn't quite work for one reason or the other, because they did not consider the resource requirement of that plan. Any plan you make that does not concern, that does not deal with resource requirement and the tools, the plan is dead on arrival. So as a chartered accountant, take note, resources, they have to be determined. Human capital resources, financial resources. Then the tools are also important, because when you talk about digital transformation, you are talking about equipment and tools, softwares. Then you have integration. You are going to be looking at all the business all together. Now, let me say something. There is digital transformation, there is digitalization, and there is digitization. 3. In digitization, what you simply do is you move what you have, according to have in manual form, you move it straight to computer files. You have all your files and just convert them to electronic form. That is digitalization. In digitalization, you are applying technology on an aspect of the company's operation, usually to promote efficiency, cost savings. But in digital transformation, you are changing the whole organization, how the organization deals with customers, how the organization competes, how the organization deals with regulators, how the organization deals with staff, and all the stakeholders. So it is the use of these technologies that empowers you to do a lot more. Now, I've also talked about, it also involves expectations. So while the other two are within your control, yes, you want to convert your physical files to electronic files, that is digitization. You want to convert you want to computerize part of your operation, maybe your payroll operation. That is digitalization. Those ones are just your internal obligations, you and your system. But in the case of digital transformation, you have technology involved, and you have what do you call it, stakeholders with their expectation. And of course, your competitors are also involved, because your competitors will affect what your stakeholders expect. But they are not involved directly, they are involved indirectly. Because you are looking at, if your competitors introduce a software and you are not introducing that software, then you lose business. Then there has to be the right set of skills. There are certain skills that need to be in place. So all that need to be gathered. Then, of course, there are implications. You see the implications of I've highlighted them here, of this digital transformation project. The work culture will change, the role will change, right? You're going to have new partners, right? You have new processes and procedures, new financing, new competencies. Now, what you are going to find here, is these are all the things that the accountants need to know, because therein lies a lot of opportunities for you. We'll come to that. Now, next, I just want to show you the structure of all the elements in the digital transformation strategy. You see, you have operational improvement, and you have growth drivers. These are the characteristics. Now, one of the differences between digitalization and digital transformation is these growth drivers. You can see them. So you have the business drivers and you have the business enablers. So in digitalization, you are focusing on enablers essentially to make it more efficient. I've said that. Then in transformation, we are looking at business drivers. What are these business growth drivers you have? Look at number one, demand generation. How do you generate demand? Two, how do you reach and select your customers? Three, how do you influence your customer purchase processes? Four, how do you enhance your customer experience? These are just clear, distinctive things that will drive your growth. Now, this is just one perspective. When we bring other stakeholders, you see other parts. For example, you get to the point where your shareholders they're interested in apps. They want to read the annual reports on their phone. So you must have another report they can read on their phone. They can access your website from their phone. Those are all the kind of things. Then, of course, you have the operational improvement, which is normal, process efficiency, asset utilization, agility, and new business models. These are just the growth transformation drivers. Now, let's come to the accountancy profession. I'm clarifying terms now. The accountancy profession I'm taking an extended view of the accountancy profession. All the parties, all the entities that are involved in the value chain of the profession. And it starts from standard setters. Number one, it deals with regulators. You have three types of regulators. The financial reporting regulator, like FRC that issues guideline. You have primary regulators like NICOM, CBN, Security and Exchange Commission. Then you have what we call self-regulatory organizations like Nigerian Stock Exchange and the professional accountancy organization like ICANN and ANA. These are stakeholders. Then you have service providers, the universities, the tuition houses, they're all service providers in the accountancy profession. Then, of course, we now have the professionals. It is the professionals that we are concerned about today, although the other ones are relevant. I can tell you that as far as digital transformation is concerned, it's a major issue. And my general impression is that the accountancy profession is living in denial, in some kind of denial as to the real impact of this digital transformation on the accountancy profession. Now, why do I say so? You will hear them say, that they are saying, they are telling you that, it's not a market for accountants now. There will still be jobs now. What do you call it? Transformation will not eliminate jobs. But there are perspectives where people talk generally, and there are perspectives where people talk specifically. When they talk generally, it's a general comment, because in any change you're going to have winners and losers, right? But they can say there will be losses, but there will also be winners. They can tell you that, 10,000 jobs will be lost, but 1 million jobs will be created. Well, that's good to know generally from a general perspective. But you particularize it to individuals. That's what we are looking at now. Where do you stand? Are you going to be a winner, or you are going to be a loser? That's what it means. If they say, they fought a war, the war was won. War was won, but some soldiers died. Those soldiers that died, they are parents, they are fathers or mothers or brothers and sisters to people. So when we are talking about the impact of the profession, it's not going to affect everybody equally. Some people will not be affected at all. Some people are going to be heavily affected. Now, my key message to accountants is, don't get carried away by any assurances that digital transformation will not affect your job. Don't get carried away. Look at yourself as an individual. Ask yourself. Look at your job and say, the job, when this thing happens, what's the impact? You will know. But I will tell you generally that a lot of the work that accountants do are going to be affected. Now, what's going to happen is that the full-time equivalence of the accountant job will be affected, because if 80% of your job is bookkeeping, like we have in most organizations, when you automate, 80% of your job is gone. So your value to the organization is only 20%. Will the organization pay you 20%, full salary for 20% of your time? This is a single question every accountant has to answer. You open your job, look at your week and say, what's the impact of this thing on you? When automation comes, when traditional automation comes, how does it affect you? And this is not an automation, because now automation is like digitalization. Automation is one, but the whole business is going to be transformed. Now, I'll tell you what's going to happen generally is that part of your jobs will go, and there are some other aspects of new jobs that will come. Now, those new jobs that will come, there will be spaces. For example, technology, right? Risk management, data analytics for an organization, finance and strategy advisor. It will come. Those jobs will increase. But part of your job, your 50%, your 8% of your job has gone. You now have 20%. Now, what will affect you will affect other people in the service function. If you're not indirectly in marketing, you are just direct, you are in service function, staff functions, you're going to be affected. So there's going to be competition for the new opportunities that will come in the organization. Yes, there's going to be competition for opportunities that are going to come globally. So if you have what it takes, you have a job. If you don't have what it takes, the job is managing you. One day they will tell you, look, oh boy, see, we cannot be paying you what we are only working 20% of the time. We cannot be paying you 100%. That's what they call full-time equivalence. Is when they do the analysis. When we get to the software stages of this series, I'm going to show you the calculation. You can calculate by yourself whether your job is going to go or not. So this is a single message that I have to give to you on the impact. Because if when you read the literature, they will tell you, don't worry, it's not a market now. Just like when they say, they say COVID-19. No, people survive it now. People survive it. It's not everybody that dies. But of course, if you have precondition, if you have a health condition, that general statement does not apply to you. But the good thing we have in Nigeria is that the rate at which this change is taking place is slow, right? But it's going to come. Now, what you're going to have, even small businesses, those small businesses now, those SMEs will not be able to engage full-time accountants because of technology. That is something like Bmac comes into place. Because you're going to apply this technology, you have to understand it. So you are going to now be a service provider. That's what you are going to have accountant providing service to one accountant for a number of SMEs.
Yes.
That was going to happen. One accountant, 5 SMEs. One accountant, 10 SMEs. One accountant, 2 SMEs. Then you are going to ask yourself, supposing the total time the SMEs require is comes to about 30% of your time. So you have 70% of your time. Now, they're not likely going to pay you for that 70%. So you have to look for other things to do. This is why the chartered accountants, the accountant must have a diversified portfolio of services to provide. That is a single challenge you have in your time. And in this series, I'm going to take you through it. All those who are, I'm going to take you through them. That's what I promise you. And I want to thank Bmac for Oga Sam. Oga CEO, I hope this facility will be available for us to the end, though. You'll still be hosting for us, Ba?
We will host on it as long as you have capacity, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So we're going to take it step by step. We're going to go through this process. And one of the things you say, you'll find out that this Bema product, and this is why I was interested in it, is that it's one of the sources of revenue for the accountants. It's one of the sources of revenue. So it's something you now begin to take interest in. And as one of those things you are going to use to immunize yourself against the risk of not having something to do. And what's going to happen is that when governments start, they're going to start giving money to all these SMEs. Once they're going to be lending to all these people, they'll be asking them to keep accounting records.
Yes.
So you have to better prepare now and begin to now look for candidates that are going to be providing services. So you now have an extra source of income. People have always talked about multiple sources of income. Those days, it was not necessary because people get full-time jobs. But I have explained to you that nobody's going to pay you 100% of your time when you're only going to provide 20% of your time. All right, so I just give you a summary of the, how much time do I have more?
We should be rounding up, sir.
All right, so that's just a summary of everything we have here now. You're now going to have what is the implication for the professional accountant, the work and the context, elimination of papers, transaction process automation. Most of us, this is where we operate. Number 2, automated. Then when you used to close your account, you say your accountant sleep in the office. Now computer will do it. They'll just press buttons available. Then more efficient expense management. Do I say you are controlling expense? For auditors, more efficient audits. Then all those things will be clear. Go ask accountant. They will not ask accountant because they're going to have bots. You know, those things they will be answering questions online. Of course, I've explained, you're going to have outsourcing. You're going to have less use of physical space. Then you see that increases of revenue by technology by revenue services and regulators. This is why they're using technology now. You know, you have to file your taxes online. All these things you are seeing, they are the use of technology. So accountant, you have to get used to them. And also, you can also have the cases where even clients will not be asked to do self. They don't need to use consultant. They do self. They can use self. This they can come up with that. But as an accountant, there's more things you need to do. Now, to do this revenue services effectively, when you have a software like Bmac, it helps to do that. Then you have technology-conscious customers. Anyone that is not doing technology is not radio. Then you have option to work more effectively. Now, what are the professional opportunities? I've explained a lot of this to you. Efficiency and effectiveness. You can go international. You can provide services international because of this technology thing. You no longer need a visa to go and work in a country or somewhere else. You have to create new lines of service. We are going to discuss this in the subsequent lessons. Analysis, performance management, decision support, strategy, risk management, and all that. Then you have a way to do technology consulting. Then you have to have flexible work options. You can work from home and all that. Then you have capacity to serve more SMEs embracing financial reporting. Because more SMEs are going to provide financial reporting, that's capacity for you to do that. The Bmac is going to help you to do that. So in the case of the Bmac, you are providing the service to support your clients. You are earning for introducing the product. Now, what are the professional challenges? Skill obsolescence. A lot of accountants, their skills are dated. We are going to have redundancy. I've explained that to you because computer will take part of your job. Right? You have to look for something else to do. Then we have a challenging business environment where income generation is so every opportunity to earn income is very important. Then disruption will continue. It never ends. Then you have competition from non-accountants. Now, a lot of people are going to be leaving their jobs now. That is sure going to happen. Then everybody's going to consulting and others. Now, if the accountant does not move, others will move. That's why I thought that a lot of people are providing accounting services there, and they are not accountants. So you have to move and get into this technology trade. Then the cost of learning new skills is very, very high. And one of my intentions is to ensure that these things that accountants are going to learn, you don't spend too much money on it. And that's my mission. That's my mission. You know. Then what do I recommend? You are going to sit down and determine your approach to change. You are going to examine your life. I told some of my mentees, I said, look, my friend, if you have not been spending time within the past 3 years to improve yourself, right? And now your lifestyle is not changing. You don't change your lifestyle, you're not likely going to be relevant for tomorrow. Because now you're supposed to change your lifestyle. You're supposed to behave as if you are, you also behave as if you are, what do you call it? As if you are writing your ICANN exam again, back to school. But what happened? Capacity to learn is now more difficult. When you want to open your book to read, your baby will say, Daddy, I have something to tell you. I have a story to tell you, must answer. There's a case of a woman that was sent to night school, and the teacher asked her a question. Madam, do you understand what I'm saying? You know what the woman answered? He said, okay, all the things you have been saying, I've been thinking only about the people that I'm owing and the people that are owing me. You know, so when you are older, it's more difficult to learn. So you need to make extra effort. If you don't change your lifestyle, you might find it difficult to cope with these changes. Then you have to diversify your service mix. Then you have to complement. This digital automation is there. It's going to come, but you say, what way can you complement that effort? Then you have to consider international services. So thank you very much. I never thought this would take so much time, but I hope the extra time I spent was worth it.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a lot, and this is right, the right information for accountants. They need to diversify. And not. Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this lesson. Well, we will not be wasting any more time. We are going to the second poll. So I'm going to push the second poll out. But if you have questions, please put them in the chat box. We'll pick them from there and ask them for question and answer. So I'm going to be pushing the second poll out now, please. Let us answer it just for about 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Apart from great user experience, what would you find most useful in a business management application? Getting answers already. Let us quickly answer this. Some second now. Well, I'll be ending in 5 seconds. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will end the poll now. Thank you for once again for that presentation. Thank you very much. So I'll be playing a video on the BMAC Partner Program.
Sorry.
Hello. Yes, yes. Yeah, over to you, George. Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to recognize the presence of Alhaji Razak Jayola. What's his name when he became ICANN president?
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're most welcome. Now, I'm going to play a video. Okay, sir.
Alhaji Jayola is there. Alhaji Jayola, are you there?
Yeah, he responded. He responded, sir.
Oh, let him speak.
Okay, sir. I think he has a bad network. He has left the call, sir.
Okay, just go ahead. Let's go ahead. Whenever it comes in, you know.
Okay, sir. So I'll be playing a video on the BMAC Partner Program now. Just about 3 minutes. Let us watch.
Businesses rely on technology to help them operate on a daily basis, from laptop computers with internet capabilities to printers, online file storage, and web-based applications and solutions, to mention a few. Technological advances impact businesses across various industries. At BMAC, our mission is to help businesses grow, become sustainable, and most importantly, profitable through digital technology. To achieve this, we built the BMAC Accounting, BMAC IMS Web, BMAC IMS Desktop, Bmac Invoicing App, and POS-Inventory. These apps have helped thousands of Nigerian businesses. However, with over 40 million SMEs in Nigeria, we cannot reach every business alone. That's why we are launching the BMAC Partner Program, also known as the BPP. Our aim with the BPP is simple: to have recruited 50,000 people who have a keen interest in helping businesses grow by 2025. Partners can earn up to 40% when their referrals subscribe to any BMAC application or package. In the BPP, we are partnering with finance accountants, finance officers, graduates, students, basically anyone who shares our passion for helping businesses grow. The BMAC Partner Program is a win-win for businesses and partners. Businesses become stronger, profitable, and sustainable. BMAC partners win by earning extra income, growing their network of businesses and partners, and acquiring new skills relevant in the digital age. If you need more information, please reach us at business@onebmac.com. Alternatively, you can ring, SMS, or WhatsApp on +234 907 842 2233. Our BPP website is www.bmacpartnerprogram.com.
Oh, that was insightful. Just as said in the video, if you need more information, we are going to be dropping the details in the chat box for you to reach out. We are available for any. Thank you very much. I'm going to be handing over to. So I'm going to be handing over to my able CEO, some the showcase of the BMAC Partner Program. Over to you, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Permission to share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Just can you please see my screen, please?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, and it's such a privilege to have you guys here with us. The BMAC Ecoba is a company that's been operating now for some time, and our dedication to helping Nigerian businesses grow is even stronger now than when we started. And in our mission to in our quest to grow, achieve our mission, we've come to the point where we realize that we can't do this alone. So I just want to take you real quick through these slides to show you what we have in store for you with the BMAC Partner Program. So let's go. And so our mission is to help businesses grow. And we've done so by creating a number of applications: BMAC Accounting, IMS Web, the desktop, and so on and so forth. So we have about 6 applications that are live right now, and we have a few more very exciting applications coming out soon. And before I proceed, I want to also appreciate George for that wonderful insight. There's a lot of transformation going on in the world today, and I'm an accountant, and I'm in the technology space. And accountants have a lot to offer the world, especially in Nigeria, where there is so little transformation happening in some quarters. You can see the likes of Paystack, Flutterwave. These companies are worth billions of US dollars, and accountants have a role to play in this growth that's going on right now. So, what are we doing about with this partner program? We are working with accountants. For us, accountants are special people. Why? Because for me, they understand the language of business more than any other person. Yes, you have people who are entrepreneurs, but accountants speak the language. They can tell you what a profit is. They can tell you what a loss is. But an entrepreneur may not know. All they know is they want to create, they want to make sales. But accountants can tell you what you're doing and where you're going to. Now, we can't reach all the businesses in Nigeria by ourselves. We have this wonderful technology, BMAC Accounting. It has IFRS-based, statements. We have the statement of comprehensive income, statement of financial position, statement of equity, your cash flow statement, and it automates the process of logging your transactions and creating your records. This is speaking as an accountant, because I'm speaking to accountants. And we've been pushing this solution in the market for quite a while. But we noticed that it's not getting as much traction as it should. And it's sad, because this tool is so powerful and so useful for businesses. So what we decided to do is we decided to partner with you accountants, my fellow colleagues. And at this point, I also want to recognize the presence of the past president, Alhaji Razak Jayola. Sir, it's a privilege to have you here. Thank you so much. So how do you get started? Very simple. You register BMAC Partner Program, BMACPartnerProgram.com. That's www.bmacpartnerprogram.com. You register. Once you register, you get a partner code, and then you refer your family, your friends, your colleagues, your clients. And as they sign up to the platform, you onboard them. Okay, so there's an onboarding process, and again, we find that the onboarding process is a very interesting, involving process. And I'm speaking to the best people concerning onboarding. You are the guys who know. You have their TBs, you have their opening balances, you have their bank statements, you have all their records. So you're in the best place to even set them up on their charts of accounts. There are various ledgers and sub ledgers and sub ledgers and so on and so forth. These are things which you can help them do, and then you earn. So we believe that value, that the customer should get value before any of us begins to talk about recognizing that our income on either side. And so that's just how it works. We have dedicated customer support for partners and users. We also have a dedicated partner representative on the team as well. So without much further ado, that's just sort of how it works. This is just a little bit of information about how we get new BMAC users onboarded. First and foremost, we profile the customers. In terms of number of transactions, fiscal year, how many years are you entering into the system? Is it 2 years, 3 years, and so on and so forth. Interestingly, we're also working on a feature which I'm really excited to announce. We're working on a feature that's going to allow us to automate data entry into the BMAC, from bank statements, from clients' bank statements, and also help us to do bank reconciliations as well. So some really exciting things coming out on the BMAC accounting side of things. Also, some other very interesting thing coming out on the inventory side of things. So look out for that in the next 2-3 weeks. Really, really excited about that. So we profile, then we onboard, and then we close that assignment. So that's how it works, and I'm really, really excited to be here and share with you, what we are doing here, and I'm looking forward to meeting most of you, if not all of you. I also want to say that we have a virtual training program. We have a lot of the how-to videos on YouTube. You check us out on YouTube. We also have a simple training program where you can look through FAQs and notes and take some simple assessments in order to strengthen the way you use the BMAC applications. But I know there's many questions, a lot to go through, but I'm really excited. This is an opportunity for all of us, and really, really excited to present this to the market. Thank you very much. Steve, over to you.
Thanks a lot, CEO. That was insightful. That was very great. Thank you very much. Without wasting much of our time, I'll be going to the question and answer session. But before that, we have someone special among us. We are going to be officially launching this BMAC Partner Program, and invite to the stage Madam Ngozi Okonkwo for to officially launch this wonderful program for us while we move. Madam Ngozi, you are very welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, ma.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, my colleagues and my friends. I'm so happy that this is happening today. Thank God. Please, my name is Ngozi Manika Okonkwo. I'm a council member of ICANN. I belong to CITN, I belong to CIBN, and all those professionals. I've said this program is very exciting, and I've tried it. I'm into it. People down here east of the Niger, that's what we need. We are talking about independence. You can use it for your clients, then you come back and audit. It's very, very effective, very good. I have been using it. I thank God for today. At least, let me just say I'm happy. I'm so sorry I joined late. I'm in the village. I'm a village woman, always in funerals and everything. Please, my colleagues, please, I'm begging you people, I'm east of the Niger. Anybody that wants it, please come. I'll help. And I've also learned a lot. I can educate people. I'm not a guru. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, the thing is that we accountants, let me tell you the truth. Here east of the Niger, we have a lot of touting. What people do, just get account of a chartered accountant, photocopy the stamp of ICANN and place it on another one and file it. But with this accounting, most people here are traders. They are one-man business. You can easily say, Oga, I want to do your accounting for you. Let me help you. People will agree. You just get all their money. Accounts and that's it. So please, everybody should come. I'm launching it for the Southeast, for ICANN, and for everybody. My revived past president, Jayola, please help us to launch it. He's a guru. He can do everything for you. Jayola is a man that I will always respect in my life. And George Onekhena is the best. Thank you. Thank you. I rest my case.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma. And I just want to appreciate the support you've given us, Ma. Our chairman keeps reminding us about the day that both of you went through the platform, and he was telling me about how excited you were. So we are really, you are our mother, and we will love to continue to partner with you on this journey. We want to support accountants. Accountants, personally, I think accountants need to, we need to support them. Accountants don't get the credit they deserve. I'm speaking as an accountant. So we need to
As an
begin to
accountant.
use as an accountant. It's true. So this is our own personal commitment or contribution to helping improve the profession, and also to improve Nigeria as well. 40 million businesses in Nigeria. The contribution to GDP is huge, and record keeping and effective using technology is something that we just have to embrace. The world will not leave us behind. We will not carry last. We will not carry last. And
yes,
I promise you, 2022, 2023, look out for BMAC, but most importantly, look out for Nigeria. I believe that you're going to see a bounce. There's so much Silicon Valley billions coming into Nigeria. You hear people raising, $3.5, $4 million, not naira, to support technology. We haven't raised, we've bootstrapped. In other words, we've paid for this technology by ourselves. So whatever you see is built and funded in Nigeria. And we're proud of it, and we are open to lessons learned. So please, we need your input. Not that we want your input, we need your input. So thank you so much, Steve. Thank you so much. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you very much, CEO. That is something that we like most. Everything that you see, they were all built, by ourselves, and they are all we are proudly Nigerian. We are proudly Nigerian anywhere we go, and that's just wonderful. Well, I'm going to hand this over to my colleague Damilola for the question and answer session before we round up. Damilola, over to you now.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Thank you to everybody that has been here and to all our speakers. We appreciate you. So moving on to the question and answer sessions. Well, we don't have so many questions here, but most people want to know how they can get a copy of the presentation, or if they are even going to get a copy of the presentation. So we're going to be sending the link to the recorded version of today's webinar. We'll be sending it to everybody's mail. Then the second question is we have a second question from Mr. Kolade. That's for Mr. George. It says, what are the steps an accountant can make to keep up with the digital transformation in order to stay relevant in the field?
I'm here.
Okay, sir. Did you get it, or you want me to repeat it?
Repeat the question.
Okay. What are the steps an accountant can make to keep up with the digital transformation in order to stay relevant in the field?
That's a very good question. Now, what you need to do is first of all, determine where you are now. You have to determine your gap. When you go to YouTube, go to internet, you can download a number of videos. The first thing you determine what you don't know now is what you need to get. So once you know your gap, you now first of all bridge your gap. Now, when you determine your gap, determine your curriculum. What do you need to learn? There are two things you need to carry out. Things you need to learn. The first are those things you need to understand how to play your role in your organization in terms of the changes that will be required in your organization. That's the first thing you need to learn. So that when they are going to start doing it, you occupy a prime position. That guarantees you your job. You'll be a leader. You'll be the kind of person that when they ask, they say, when they are going to hold meeting, if your name is Tony, they say, if Tony is not there, you don't start this meeting. You know what it means to dominate. You have to read and understand, ask questions. You know, and you have the luck of being part of the BMAC group. I'm sure when you ask them questions, they will also guide you. So that's your first step. How do you dominate where you are? How do you take care of all the opportunities? Because if everybody's job will reduce, then there's opportunity in technology-related jobs. It's the person that knows how to do it that will get more recognition. They could probably send the other people away. Then you now have the external one, where you have to say, what is the state of knowledge? The things are changing so fast. What is your Microsoft Office skill? How much of it do you know? It's changing. How much of it do you know? What are the other elements of technology? Cloud, artificial intelligence, social collaboration, robotics, blockchain. So you need to understand them basically, and you should be able to hold discussions on them, so that when opportunities come, you will be able to grab them. I mean, I had opportunity of doing having some interaction recently, and I was asking those people some basic questions they couldn't answer. If you can't answer a basic question, then you cannot take advantage of an external opportunity. So I hope I'll be able to answer your question. But just in case you have more questions, you can always pass them through the BMAC Secretariat, and they'll forward them to me, and I'll provide answers to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. If I may also speak to that question.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hi, Dami. I just wanted to speak to that point as well. So the way to grow yourself in digital transformation is really to look for opportunities, for problems around you, and think what current technology is there. It's really just you looking for. So say if you have a client and they are making payments using checkbooks as an example, and you can see that their vendors are delayed in getting paid. You can propose to your clients and say, but Oga, there's a company that you can pay all these things through your mobile phone. You can literally do everything, including get your statements on your mobile phone. And that's an example of you literally solving someone's problem using digital technology. And as you solve those problems, you are actually taking steps forward. There are a lot. Digital transformation is a big topic today, and Nigeria is so ripe. It's overripe for digital transformation. All you need to do is you can read articles on places like Tech Cabal or TechCrunch and see what people are doing. They have awesome writers who give a lot of detail about where transformation is happening. And all you need to do is just read. Before, we didn't have Bolt or Uber in Nigeria. Now we have Bolt and Uber, or Jumia, for example. And there's so much press out there showing you what processes they've been through, what challenges they've had, and how they solve them. It's all there. So the more you consume this data and this information, the more you understand what digital transformation is, and the more you can even offer people, and your value increases. Lastly, finally, you should write. Write about it, but obviously you need to read, but write about digital transformation. I write about technology, I write about policy and so on and so forth, but it's because I've taken time to read and consume those things. So I hope that helps. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, sir. So basically, we've come to the end of this amazing webinar, and before we round up, or as we round up, hand over this to the CEO for him to give us the roundup message. And before giving to him, I can see questions and about how you can register for BMAC Partner Program. Well, it's quite easy. We have the website, and we're going to drop it in the chat box. www.bmacpartnerprogram.com. You can get all the information you need from there, and we're going to drop numbers in the chat box for you to call in case you need to get more information and so on. So thank you very much. Over to you, my able CEO.
Thank you very much. I think it was Nelson Mandela that said that it is impossible until it is done. And this thing called digital transformation, to so many people, it seems impossible, but I want to guarantee you that it is very, very, very possible. And so I want to encourage you to jump on the BMAC Partner Program. I personally will be on there sharing tips and tricks and new things happening in the world of technology. Accountants should lead the way. We are very clever, we are very intelligent. We have been taught, tools, techniques, and these things are very easy to climb and to understand. So thank you very much, and we look forward to welcoming you on the BMAC Partner Program. I'm so grateful. Have a lovely evening, everyone. God bless you. Bye-bye. Steve, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for being this. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, bye, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Hello, George.
Bye, everyone.
Hello.
George has left the building, man. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, George is gone.
Yes, he has. Yes.
Okay, that was nice.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes.